How a railroad is made, explained by yours truly. Railroads have been and still are everywhere across the world. Marked by an unmistakable set of ties and rails, railways are an essential part of the world as we know it. But of course, they weren't always there, so how are they made? To make a railroad, you need a few essential things: a route, land, money, people, and materials. First up, you need a route. Railroads are obviously a form of transportation and are almost always made to connect a smaller town or suburb with a city, an industry with a customer, or something else along those lines. If a route is passenger rail and it's being made by a government agency, it's common practice for them to try and route the new line through as many population centers as possible to gain the support of voters. Privately funded organizations will almost always choose the most cost-saving route. For example, Brightline West chose the median of I-15 for their route because building a rail line in a highway median is easy and cheap thanks to the fact that it's government-owned land. Secondly, you need the land to build the tracks on. Here in the US, buying land for railroads is often a tedious and annoying task. For projects such as California High-Speed Rail and Texas Central, buying land has delayed these projects by multiple years due to NIMBYs, aka not in my backyard people, who will throw some kind of issue up to keep the organization from buying their land. In California High-Speed Rail's case, many NIMBYs in the Central Valley will often use California's extra environmental laws to either delay the project even further or force the High-Speed Rail Authority to bypass their land. Third, you need your materials. Modern railways use concrete ties and steel rails, with most infrastructure being made out of concrete. However, if wooden ties are used for whatever reason, the wood material is most commonly oak wood, and said oak wood is usually treated and preserved with creosote. This is what gives railroad ties that black tar-like surface. Now, of course, you need money and people to build a railway. In the modern day, building a new railroad line will always cost upwards of $1 billion if it has any significant length to it. Brightline's Orlando expansion had a price tag of $6 billion to build and upgrade infrastructure along the route. Brightline West is expected to cost about $12.4 billion, and California High-Speed Rail, thanks to how much has gone wrong with the project, is expected to cost upwards of $120 billion. Staying with California High-Speed Rail, in February 2023, they celebrated their 10,000th construction job created for the project because, surprise surprise, it takes a lot of people to build a railroad. And once it's all built and complete, you've got yourself a rail line and a really big loan to pay.